We live.
Son.
Got me? Got me, old son?
Oh, can't hear you. Hold on. What's up?
Do you got a strep throat?
No, I'm good.
Willie just got back. Willie's had strep throat, and then she came down here and sat in this chair that later we're going to burn. Can't be handling it. Can't have the strep throat. What's up, Brian Harper? So,
Look at this. I got a new shirt last night. $5 at Walmart.
yeah. It took more than $5 worth of material to make that.
It definitely took more than $5 worth of children to put together the shirt for Walmart.
Dude, you know what I got? I got court this morning at 9:30.
Congratulations.
So, remember that bail money I gave you back?
Mm-hmm.
Have it ready. Have it ready for round 2.
All right. Aren't you going to Canada this morning?
Yes, I am. Yes, we're. I don't know that we're going to get closed on that today, but we're going to go ahead and start the project. So I got Brandon moving equipment. I got DJ moving equipment. We're going to get out there and we got to get it mowed. We got to build a driveway up back to what it used to be. We got to haul out all the trash. So
I gotta.
worth of work.
I'm trying to put together a trailer for Nick this morning, so we'll try to get him rolling.
Oh yeah, for Nick's supposed to bring his tractor and maybe even a mini X.
So, well, he's gonna have to bring one or the other because our single tandem's going to a job this morning. So I've got an equipment hauler, like a big bumper pull with like 12,000-pound trailer, but I got to go empty it and take a bunch of scrap metal off of it so we can use it today.
What about the dual tandem?
Dude, the deck won't hold up. The deck's rotted on it. It needs a new deck. It's been sitting with. My dad had this big wire pulling machine he built and invented and put together that they run, 30,000 pounds of wire through whatever at a time, and it's been sitting on there for like 5 years. They just took it off. That deck is shot.
So we're having a cool kids meet up at this property today, and then go and eat dinner. So hopefully everything goes good with my little court. The only reason I'm doing this court stuff is because there's $1,100 worth of fines on that piece of paper. I'm about $8,700 away from being able to get my regular driver's license. So I am every time I go to one of these, we negotiate a deal out where I end up paying a couple of $100 instead of a couple of $1,000. So I don't know where I'm going to make $1,000 this morning on a quick lick, but hopefully it's at that court. Or it can go the other way and I end up in jail, calling Spoon, and but just in case, I'm going to stick some cigarettes up my ass so I can make some money if I go in. I'm an entrepreneur,
bro. You know what? So you're talking about going to jail, man. I've been reading the transcripts of 6ix9ine of all the people he rolled on. It's freaking crazy, man. Like, dude, he was bringing in like Texas people into this deal. And it blows my mind that this dude's in New York rolling on people down here. I can't even.
I don't know what his plan is on that.
Oh, there's no exit plan on that, bro. He did not think that through because the government don't give a shit. They just need his testimony.
Yesterday. Okay, so I go to eat with this girl in Fort Worth. Random chick, meet her on Facebook, dating or whatever. Go to eat with her. She had searched my friend Blair, searched her,
Oh, Blair Barger.
Yes,
that's a lady I met in Waco, right?
Yes, so she searched my friend Blair. So Blair, she sends me this screenshot of, the me showing up on Blair's because Blair had shared something that I posted one time, and I was like, "Why are you searching Blair Barger?" But I didn't ask her then. I asked her when we went on the date. I was like, "Why were you searching Blair Barger?" And she's like, "Oh, I just thought she was pretty." This, that, and another. She, I once dated this guy from Mahia. She's from Mahia. We got mutual friends. She goes, but her boyfriend snaps me all the time. And so I was like, really? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, well, it's not her boyfriend anymore. He broke up with her for not mowing her own grass. You know what I mean? So that was like a week ago, 2 weeks ago, whatever. You know what I mean? Hadn't talked to that girl. Just went and ate lunch with her. Hadn't talked to her since. You know, a couple of random snaps, like nothing of any substance. Yesterday, she just starts blowing me up. The girl I went on a date with. Boom, boom, boom. And then I start getting calls from unknown numbers, like just block number, block number, block number. And then Blair starts snapping me.
It's not a good sign, bro.
Yeah, I was like, what the hell is going on? So I called Blair when I left that date, and I was like, hey, look, you didn't lose much with that dude that broke up with you for not mowing your grass. Like, he was snapping this random girl in Fort Worth. I said, you know, so you didn't lose much, because Blair wasn't allowed to talk to me in Roughneck to Real Estate. Like, you know how we always tag her on stuff?
Yeah.
She wasn't allowed to respond to any of that. And she asked me when they started dating, she's like, hey, would you not tag me on stuff in Roughneck Real Estate anymore? And I was like, yeah, I can do that. You know what I mean? Makes Roughneck Real Estate less fun, but, you know, what do I care? So I quit doing that. And I was like, you didn't lose much, you know, with this dude, because he's been snapping these other girls. He won't even let you talk in Roughneck Real Estate. I said, he sounds like a controlling asshole. Well, she's like, well, he's flying me up to Minnesota where he works, and we're going to try to work things out. And I was like, that's whatever, you know, just letting you know. So they go up there, have their date, whatever. They're back on good terms. She gets back to Texas. Her boyfriend calls this girl because she asked him, you know, Blair asked her boyfriend, hey, what's up with this girl? So his boyfriend starts snapping this girl about the info. So this girl dishes on me. She says, oh, no, that was Corey Thompson that told Blair that, not me. I don't know Blair, so I wouldn't tell Blair that. That came from Corey Thompson. Andy said that you broke up with her because she didn't mow her grass. So this dude like rolls complete victim and is like, I can't believe that you would tell Corey personal information about me. And I was like, so Blair's calling me to try to figure out what personal information I told her. I'm like, I don't even know this guy. How would I know any personal information? And she's like, oh, well, I got to the bottom of that. You told her that he broke up with me because I didn't mow my own grass. I'm like, that's personal information.
So I'm gonna say this. I don't know this dude, but if you break up with a girl because she don't mow her grass, and then your butt hurt because that information comes out, you probably are not. What's the right word? You are probably not the dude for that girl, anyways. You might. I don't know a way to say this without being totally mean to that guy and just cutting off his masculinity.
Well, the crazy thing was, so I was like, look, I'm the fuck out of this. Like, y'all are blaming me. Like, homegirl's over here bitching at me for bringing her in the middle of it. I didn't bring her in the middle of it.
No, she put herself in.
Like
why'd she have to bring that up to that dude?
Like, you're somewhat mad at me, and he's calling me from a block number. So if I had his number, I'd have put him on the group message too. So I started a group message with Blair and the girl, and I'm like, look, y'all need to sort out y'all's fuckboy. Y'all need to keep y'all's hoe on the leash. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't in the middle of this. Like, y'all mad at the messenger, not the dude that did the doing. But it got me like, so Blair finally snapped to it, and they're like breaking up, and she's sending me all these snaps of what he's saying and how he's playing the victim and all this. But it brought me back to a point in time, like 2015, when I was really butthurt over mine and Emery's mom's breakup and like all the toxic behavior that like encompassed in that, like, you know what I mean? All the petty bullshit, all the nonsense. And I got thinking about it, and I was like, man, you know, I've had some petty moments during breakups, like
right,
have played out. Like, got my smooth stolen.
None of us know about that.
No. Got my smooth stolen and wouldn't shut up about it and stuff. All of that nature. But
I want to be clear that some of your friends were like, bro, let it the fuck go during some of these petty moments.
Yes. But within all that, like, I can go to my text messages right now, and you won't see me rolling over and playing victim. You won't see me like trying to like make her feel bad about how it is. Like, hey, look, this just ain't working. You know, we just need to stop. Like, I don't want no part of this no more. Like, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, when I watched that, I was like, man, it was amazing to me, because homegirl that I went and ate with, she seemed like a really smart girl. She's like an apartment manager. Like, she seemed really, really smart. I know Blair's really, really smart. So the only thing I can think of is this dude's got a Fruity Pebble flavored dick or something, like something we don't know about, because there's no reason. Like, I just watched it and I was like, man, I was like, Blair, I'm not gonna be able to be your friend if you're gonna accept this level of nonsense from a dude. But that was a portion of my yesterday, but it just made me realize how much I've grown as a person.
I don't even feel like I talked to you yesterday.
You didn't. No, you didn't, because I was. Well, I don't. Our Harlingen loan came back. We got
Did you get it?
Well, no, we were approved for the loan, $670,000 appraisal. They're supposed to loan 80% loan to value, which would have done the deal. Would have got all of our cash back out of it, but they bumped it down to they're only going to loan $375,000, which won't pay off the hard money lender and the deal. I mean, it's got a good appraisal. It's just they're not gonna do the loan. So, anyways, I was like, there's no bueno there, no bueno. So, anyways,
So what do you do about that?
you go to a new bank.
Hmm.
I mean, when they do this sort of stuff, when the appraisal comes back, and this is how every bank has been for us. When the commercial appraisal comes back, they adjust it, right? So when we did our loan in Pecos, we've got $1 million appraisal, like straight up. Yeah, it was a little $1,030,000. Well, the bank wanted to hedge that real quick. So they brought the loan amount that they would do down to like 75% versus 85%, because they didn't know if we were going to try to take an 85% loan against this property. We weren't, but anyways, it went through their filter and they adjusted the appraisal. That appraisal in of itself had holes that you could poke in it, but the bank didn't go after the appraisal. You know what I mean?
Right.
This bank not only went after the appraisal, so the appraisal came back over a month ago. So they go after the appraisal and they send it back to them and they say, hey, adjust this, this, and this, right? And then they removed all of the collateral in the park other than the new mobile homes and took all the income from the older mobile homes off. So in our park in Harlingen, it's like, I can draw it up here. Y'all can see it.
So they basically just tanked it because they didn't want to do the loan.
Yes, exactly. Which is weird, because all they had to do was say that from the jump, like, hey, we don't want to do this loan on this mobile home park. But our mobile home park looks like this. So here's a road, and then the road comes into the mobile home park, goes back, and there's a cul-de-sac. Okay, y'all see this? There's brand new houses all on this side. So brand new house, brand new house, brand new house. On this side, there's old houses. They only appraised this half of the park and the house that sat here. They didn't give us any credit for any of this or any income from that. They had them adjust the appraisal to take all that off because they didn't want the collateral. Well, let's think about it like this. If I sell all of these houses that are on this side to Jason Witherspoon, I just title every single home that's over there to Jason Witherspoon. And Jason Witherspoon is now the landlord of those houses. You're gonna pay us lot rent, but you're gonna rent those houses out to whoever actually lives there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't they give us credit for the lot rent that you pay?
You would think so.
You would think so, right?
And I mean, because you have the ability to foreclose even on that trailer if they're not paying you for the lot rent.
True, but let's just say it was a cash transaction. You pay us $1 for every trailer over there.
Yeah, $7.
They would still have to give us credit for the $300 a month that you pay us for lot rent.
Right.
Even though you're renting them out for $800 a month, they would at least have to give us credit for that $300 a month in income on those 11 trailers. So for us, it was like you got to give us a portion of that income. One, which would make the appraisal go up. Two, like, this is stupid. Like, you don't want the older trailers as collateral. Tell us that going in, and we're not going to waste 3 months of our life waiting for you to tell us, oh yeah, we're only going to loan X number of dollars on it. Like,
right.
That's dumb. Now, the lesson from this is that was a local bank. We've always had this like sneaking suspicion that local banks in the area, they know certain areas. So if this area has a stigma, this area has a stigma, you know what I mean? They're going to base that stigma. They're going to put that stigma onto that property. Now, this property shouldn't have a stigma. It's out in the middle of a cornfield. So there's nothing around it. It's a really nice area. There's $300,000 homes being built all around it. So, but being that it's a mobile home park and not down there's a bunch of like seniors only mobile home parks.
Yes, sir.
I'm trying to get anyways, senior only mobile home parks, and this one isn't a senior only mobile home park. I think they kind of docked us on, but I don't know.
Hey, so a side note, I think I need to load up all my tools. We need to come down there one of these days and just and build a wall right there for you to block out all that noise. Oh, Corey's getting Snapchatted from Whitley.
No. My dad called. We'll listen to it. He says he don't have a dumpster anymore.
You.
Hold on.
Hey, give me a call. You must not paid the dumpster bill. I don't have a dumpster anymore. Give me a call.
That's not what happened. That's not what happened. That's the that's so funny. So funny. We ordered 2 dumpsters for that park because the RV park was full and the one dumpster wouldn't keep up. They started billing us for 2 dumpsters. But there was still only one dumpster out there. Anyways. Hey, guess what?
What?
The dumpster people went and picked up the dumpster from the RV park.
They haven't replaced it yet?
No, no. There's no dumpster. My dad called and he's like, y'all must not have paid the bill. They came and got the dumpster.
Oh my God. Well,
So,
I'm wondering if they had to pick that one up before they brought the other one.
I have no idea. He thinks bill.
Hell no. They usually bring the replacement when they're picking up the other one. They come on a truck.
They normally do bring the replacement whenever they pick up the other one.
They're mad at y'all. They snatch that dumpster.
So whatever's going on with the dumpster company.
Yeah, I missed
we're
you,
on our
Rob.
morning show.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm like, dang, Dad, that's a little bit savage. So,
Yeah, I'll call him.
all right, later.
Oh, that's funny, dude. You got your.
Robin sounds sick. Whitley, you keep that over there.
Whitley, you.
How do you want to be here right now?
Oh, snap. If there's one lady in the world that I'm scared of besides my mom and my wife, it's Whitley Ray. Whitley Ray scares the hell out of me. She's just mean.
Jason's afraid of you, Whitley. Don't come over here and tell him about it. You stay over there. So, yeah, I don't know how to share this into the group, but
I got it. I'm doing it right now.
What do we got? What do we got from a? This is maybe we need to get a closing update.
So all joking aside, like me and Corey did talk on the phone yesterday. We had a rousing discussion about some stuff, and I'm working on getting it animated right now, getting the actual audio of that animated, so we can put that out to the world.
I'm so pissy about that. I'm still pissy. You picked a scab. I don't want to go back on it.
All right.
Jacob, are we closing Axtell this week? No. Is it Bobby's office we're waiting on?
Yes.
Savage. So
look, let's see. I got two. All right, I'm trying to share this in the group.
Oh, the video, yeah. So yeah,
and I don't want to share the wrong link again. Have everybody in real estate join the call.
That was pretty funny yesterday. I've got it right here. I'm watching. Share. Copy link. Ooh, I could put it out on my fan page.
I mean, I had another name for this show the other day. It was I got to write it down the next time I think of it. It's pretty catchy.
What is it?
I don't remember. It was at the time I'm like, oh, this is genius. Corey's gonna love it. And then I forgot it.
Damn.
Yeah.
I'm sad. I had a savage joke yesterday. Savage. Like,
I want to hear it.
Writing out my stand up. And anyways, yeah, yesterday I was telling a girl that's doing a fundraiser that wanted us to contribute about the whole Tinder selling nudes Snapchat thing.
Yeah, it's weird.
She was like, "Oh man, that's
But
absolutely crazy.
But that's true entrepreneur stuff right there. Like you were making like this is what I got. I got feet. Bam, feet. And I'm selling some pictures.
Dude, so that's what I said. Like that was exactly what I said. I said, look, as a guy raising a daughter, like the line for me is I want her to have her to have enough entrepreneurial spirit to sell picture feeds or feet pictures, but not slutty enough to sell nudes. And this girl was like, and I was like, that's a joke. That's supposed to be funny.
Yeah.
She's like, you're offended every core of my body. I'm like, well, I don't know that I was trying to.
Yeah, there you go, Kevin. It's a low acquisition cost of entry. I mean, look, I can guarantee you that there is somebody. I mean, there's somebody that's into everything out there, and if you can make your money, you got to do what you got to do. Like I can promise you, if Corey Thompson had to give over the pants handies behind Piggly Wiggly to feed his family, he would.
Well, maybe, but I'm not gonna ever take anything off. I was thinking about it from a I just don't know. You know what I mean? Like it seems like a diluted market. It just seems diluted.
Oh,
but, it is what it is. I mean, weirdos are weirdos. I would have been that weirdo 5 years ago, so I'm not going to judge. You know what I mean? 6 years ago, total weirdo. Like, oh, $30 for that? That's a deal. Like, Kevin's actually doing a loan for us.
I saw that yesterday.
Did you see that?
I saw the docs come through. I'm like, oh, Kevin.
Yeah.
Now, when I met Kevin, he came up and shook my hand at Propelio deal, and he's like, hey man, you don't know me, but I'm like Shane's uncle or something. And I'm like, oh, that's crazy because you don't seem that much older than him. But I've got a family like that too. My uncle Billy he's like 11 years older than me. Like his kids are 21 years younger than me. So like he's always been like my older brother. So I get it.
I've got an aunt that's younger than me.
That's crazy too.
That's just Grosbeck shit. Like, oh yeah. I mean, we like Emery. I mean, that'll be Emery's whole life. Emery will have kids, and I'll have one more, and it'll be like, what just happened?
I always so. I mean, I don't know you that well, but I feel like I know you enough to call you my friend. Sometimes frenemy, sometimes some other things, but I've always pictured you in like a sister wives situation or. Something along those lines.
Oh man, this is great. I got that picture, Kevin. I got that picture of the screen, and it is going out right now.
Oh no!
Right now.
What did Kevin do?
He said he married into that role. Look, I'll put it back up.
Yeah, I see it right here.
Older women. Oh man.
Hey, what's up, Luis?
I'm gonna get all the still women stirred up this morning. This is gonna be great.
Oh man,
this is so much fun. Aunt Judy, man, Aunt Judy.
Hey, I got an Aunt Judy too.
No, you ain't got this Aunt Judy.
Oh no, mine's up in she's up in Caddo, Oklahoma.
Shane's Aunt Judy was when we were in college. All of our college friends, like the Grosbeck, to go hunting, fishing, all the stuff we do, and then they saw Aunt Judy. They're like, "What's up with Aunt Judy?" And we're like, "I don't know." Like, no, is she single? We're like, "Oh, probably. I don't know." Like, Aunt Judy is she don't look like an older woman, but I'm about to tag her in this picture. So,
oh, that's funny. Well, now that I think about it, I guess she's my cousin, but my dad, I think they always called her aunt. But anyways, it's so funny, man. Like being from small towns, like we go up to Caddo, and like half the town's related to me somehow. And you're walking around like, who's, how it is, dude. All the old people are like, whose kid are you? And you're like, oh, I'm what's your dad's name?
Virgil.
Yeah, I'm Virgil's kid. And they're like, oh yeah, you're Virgil's kid. Go do your thing. You don't really even know your cousins. You just know that you're related by some crazy ass kind of blood relations.
Dude, I go to the PTO meetings, the PTA meetings or whatever. You know that.
Yeah.
We're trying to.
I skip all of those.
Yeah, I'm the only guy there. Like I'm the only guy there.
Oh, I know where you're going.
No, I'm not going for that. But I'm sitting there, and like I know everybody in the room to a certain degree, but I don't know everybody in the room.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like they all know me, and I know like their people, but I don't know them necessarily. That kind of situation. But they're doing some raffle giveaway, and they're like, yeah, we're going to announce the winner on Facebook Live. Who wants to do the Facebook Live? And so I'm just sitting there, just like and they're like, hey, Corey, yeah, you can do it. Yeah, you can do the raffle on Facebook Live. And I was like, yeah, I guess I can. I mean, we're raffling off a.
I don't know if the Groesbeck PTA wants to marry themselves.
So y'all obviously haven't consumed any of these lives I do. Like, y'all just see me on there. Y'all never click on them. But they were like, yeah, you can do the live, announce the winner, and help us sell the tickets. I'm like, it's for a speed pass to get your kid out of line. Like, so you can cut in line to get your kid. My people they don't have no kids here. Like, you know what I mean? They don't. But what I am going to do when I leave here so we're doing a Waco meetup now. I don't know if I got this announcement all the way out because we just now put it on the books yesterday. But October 15th, we're starting back up our Waco deal. Whitley, what's the name of this place? Melody Ranch. Whitley's like friends with the owner, so she got us the hookup on an entire bar, like an entire honky tonk. They're going to open up on Tuesday for us for 4 hours and allow us to have our meetup there. So it's going to have a stage. It's going to have a full service bar. It's going to be we might have a live band. I don't know. I don't know how creative we can get with this, but it's going to be fun. So we're going to give away a gun. I'm going to the gun store here in Groesbeck because they want to support. We're trying to raise money for the PTO for Groesbeck's elementary school for Emery's class. So we're going to give away a gun as a door prize.
All right, I'm in. I'll buy some tickets.
I mean, that's it. Like, it's like, hey, we're going to get them to sponsor, a monthly sponsorship's $350. So I don't know what gun it's going to be. It's going to be some gun similar.
It doesn't matter if it's a 22, as long as I can go out and shoot it.
Yeah, it's going to be at $25 a ticket, and you can win a gun. And if there's 100 people there, and that's maybe $2,500, but it's a 1 in 25 chance of winning a gun. Like, I mean, or a 1 in 100 chance of winning a gun. Right.
Start to say that math don't work, but I'm all in at those kind of odds.
I'm like, we've literally got the most redneck real estate meetup in the world coming out. Like, can you smoke it at Melody Ranch? She says there's no smoking, but when I hear Melody Ranch and I see it in my head, it's a 10 building. It's it's a honky tonk.
Yeah, oh yeah, dude.
Yeah, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Now, look, you're talking to a gentleman as a young man that went to the World Wrestling Sportatorium in Dallas, the world famous Sportatorium, to watch the Von Erichs. So I know all about honky tonks and 10 buildings. I was thinking about this week, the craziness of our how life used to be. You couldn't find anything like that even anymore. It's hard to even find a real honky tonk. They're all bougie as shit now. They got like tequila bars and stuff. There ain't nobody getting their face laid open. And you know what I'm saying? Like
I do, but I think that this one, I've never been there because it's like it's the same way that you're talking about. It's all bougie. Like I'm too bougie to go to a honky tonk now. It's like, do I want to go get in a fight tonight? The answer is no. All right, I ain't walking in there. Like that's it. Like that's how I underwrite my bar going in Waco. It's like, do I want to go to Melody Ranch? No, I don't feel like fighting. So, but we're gonna have the place to ourselves. I don't think they're gonna let.
Well, I don't think those places exist anymore, man. Like I remember in the day, like you couldn't even, if you made the mistake of asking somebody's girl to dance and not realizing they were together, you had to deal with that situation. And I don't think those days exist anymore. I mean, I've seen dudes get their head laid open, just getting smacked with a beer mug, and you're like, oh, well, that sucks for that guy. And you finish doing your business, right? Because like snitches get stitches. You got to mind your business, right? All joking aside, you got to help somebody if they're laid out like that. But
Ryan Jackson got a black eye one time at a honky tonk. We'll have to have him on to tell the story.
Dude, so the fun side story here, I have learned, because I like beer, we've all discussed this, that I am not the best fighter in the world. because the more I drink, the bigger, dumber redneck I turn into, and I'm not very good at fist fighting. It's just not mine. It's not something I'm great at. But there's sometimes you got to know when to run. I don't care who you are. You got to know when to fold your cards and just get up out of there. I was in a bar one night up in Denton, and a beer bottle flies past my face and just explodes on the wall. And I'm like, well, that sucks. And I go back to drinking. The next thing I know, some dudes tap me on the shoulder. And he starts talking to me, and I'm like, hey, dude, why don't you leave me the heck alone? And probably use some more verbose language than that.
You can say it. This is Roughneck Real Estate.
I was like, hey, man, leave me the fuck alone. I'm just here drinking. Next thing I know, the bartender's over. Like, did you see who did that? I said, dude, I don't give a fuck what's happening. I'm here to do business. Y'all leave me the fuck alone. Next thing I know, this guy's back, and I'm telling him, like, I'm sizing him up. You know, I'm a young man at the time. I'm like, all right, man, what's the even matchup? We're going to get to work. And then I realized a whole college football team is right behind him, and he's part of that team. And my day's about to get – huh?
This is probably my friend Cole.
I don't know. But I figured – I was like, man, my day's about to get real long. And I'm there with two of my friends. One of them, who's an IT guy, he was not the toughest guy around. And at that moment, two cops walked through the bar, and I was just like, fuck it. I threw 100 on the table or whatever I had and just walked out right behind them. Because sometimes you got to know when to fold your cards.
My dad, this is the story my dad told me. This is my whole strategy on fighting. My whole strategy on fighting. He was in college, but his girlfriend was still in high school. And he had gotten a car because my dad was selling a lot of weed when he was in college. So he'd gotten him a new GTO.
Entrepreneur.
He was an entrepreneur. So he had gotten him a new GTO, and it was awesome. So he drives up to his old high school to get his girlfriend that, you know, he was still dating that was back at high school, and he had this new GTO. Well, the younger kids, the football team, they all come out there and take exception. So my dad's just leaning there on the side of his car waiting for his girlfriend to come out, and these guys come out and start talking shit to him. And he's like, there was more of them than me, and they were all bigger than me. And I was like, okay. And he's like, and they're talking shit, just blah, 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 what they're gonna do, this and that. And he goes, and I just reared back and hit the motherfucker that was the loudest. And I was like, what happened after that? And he's like, I got the shit kicked out of me. I was like, it's the moral of this story. Y'all, if there's somebody talking shit to you right up in your face, you always got to throw the first punch. Yeah. It might be the only punch you're going to get. I was like, damn, Dad. I'm like 10 when he tells me this story, and it sticks with me all the way through life. Shane Morton will tell you that I've always thrown the first punch. Like, dudes just come running up, blah, 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 whack, and then all hell breaks loose. So I'm not that guy, but when I was that guy, when I was that dude, that was the shit that would happen. When the honky tonk in College Station, Harry's, we got into a fight, and then a dude had pulled a gun, and he was, I don't know, he had like a little revolver or like a short snub nose. Oh, yeah. And he was probably 30, 40 yards away from us when he whipped us.
You're like, the odds are pretty good. Like, 40 yards away with a 2-inch barrel. Let's give.
That's exactly what it was like. Like this frat kid like pulls this pistol out. He's got a little revolver. It's like this long. And my buddy Brady's like, you got 6 shots, motherfucker. You better make them count. I was like, Brady, it's time to go. Like, it's time to get the fuck out of here. This dude's got a gun. He's like, he can't hit us. I'm like, I don't want to find out. Like, I don't want to find out.
Dude, I do not put that on the screen. That is, you can't put that on the screen. So I grew up going to City Limits in Stephenville. That's the bar I grew up in back when it was rough. And now it's all, you know, VW's still down there. The owner, I stopped by and said hi to him a while back. And then him and his wife still run the place. And now it's all bougie. They got a tequila bar and a restaurant and all this stuff. And I've seen some just amazing fights in there, along with many other clubs like the Stagecoach Ballroom and stuff. But I can't tell you how many. Huh?
I've been to City Limits one time.
It used to be rough, man. That was a rough place.
I was kicked out. I was asked to leave.
You'd just be sitting there, and all of a sudden you're getting hit in the face with pepper spray because a fight breaks out right here, and that was their chosen method of dealing with the problem. They would just light up everybody with pepper spray and throw you all out. It was what it was. I mean, I've been kicked out of bleachers in Texas Tech. I wasn't even involved in the fight. I was sitting at a table, people start fighting around me, And then they took my pitcher of beer. So I'm like mad. So then I tried to fight the people that started the fight. And the cops asked me to leave because apparently that was a bad idea. But, you know, it is what it is. Like,
I got into a fight in the girls' bathroom at Hurricane Harry's. Like, girlfriend went in, she comes out, she's like, there's some dude in there. Go in there, get in a fight, come out. The lady, like I slammed the guy into a stall, and the stall fell. And they kind of all dominoed down, and there was a lady in there on the toilet. So she's underneath the rubble, and I'm just wailing on this guy. When she comes crawling out from underneath the stall, runs out there and tells the bartender, and we knew all the bartenders because we went there all the time, spent a lot of money. And so I was walking out when the bartender was walking in. He's like, they said there's this lady out there freaking out, said there's a fight in here. And I was like, oh, there was. He's over there. Just walked out, like, boom, walk out the front door. I was like, hey, I got to get out of here. I know what's happening next. They're going to call the police. Like, I don't want a part of this. So I go out and get my truck. Jacob, I think, is inside trying to round up all of our friends and get them to come out. I'm pulling out sitting there in my truck with it idling, waiting for people to come out and get in. And they got the dude that got in a fight, and he's sitting there talking to the police. And my other friend is like looking at it like, damn, I wonder what happened. You know, he's just kind of being nosy. And he looks up, and I drove a yellow F-250, and he sees the yellow F-250 sitting there. So he's like, oh, hey, there's Corey. He comes running up, and he's like, oh, man. He goes, apparently that guy just got in a fight, got the shit kicked out of him. And I was like, yeah, that was me that fought him. He's like, no shit. And he's like, yeah. He's like, the police were asking him for a description. And the only thing he said was, I don't know what he looked like. All I know is he was little and he was mean. I was like, that's the greatest description of me ever.
Well, dude, one of the best ass kickings I've ever had in my life was by a dude that's much smaller than me. He's on my Facebook page. We're still friends. He walked up to me one night. He asked my friend Turner if he wanted to fight. And Turner's like a West Texas. He literally raised by a West Texas welder, like oil field welder. This guy's built like a freight train. And Turner's like, no, but Spoon does. And I'm like, you're damn right I do. And that dude beat the shit out of me. He beat the shit out of me, dude. Like, I didn't even realize the fight had started by the time I was on the floor, you know, getting my face pounded in.
You're damn right I do.
I told you, man. Like, that's why I don't drink. Like, you know, we've talked about this. You don't see me drink in public. I'll have one and done, and that's it.
I quit drinking. I didn't quit drinking for these reasons, but anyways, we're having a meetup though at a honky tonk in Waco on October 15th, and we're gonna do it every month. So I mean, this first one I think we're gonna do ringlets voicemail. I haven't seen the setup or layout. I don't know how well the internet's gonna work, but I want to get a projector and slam some ringless voicemails.
Well, I'm feeling all nostalgic now. I want to give a shout out to City Limits for all those great memories I had. That was a great bar. Bar.
Stephenville.
Yeah, I still love City Limits. If I could convince my wife to go dancing down there, I still would. But anyways, aside from all of that, what do you got going on tomorrow with this Canada deal? You're taking down a property that you somehow got this magical unicorn, and we all know unicorns only exist once in a lifetime.
Well, hold up now. This is funny. This is a funny deal. Like this is where the gut instinct comes from. Okay. I've seen the property. I've seen it. So I've laid my eyes on it. So that's one big difference. But when I called Courtney about this, you know what she told me the house on 26 acres would be worth? What?
So my cousin's texting me about my college graduation night at City Limits because he's watching this online right now.
Oh,
Judd's watching. Sorry.
But anyways, you know, I talked to Courtney about it, and it's a really hard property to describe. And she's like, yeah, it's worth about $90,000. And I was like, oh shit. And she's like, well, that's if it's just land only. And I'm like, it's not land only. It's got a house. It's got a horse barn. It's got this. But then the house in town, she's got it worth like 60 or 70. And I was like, these numbers don't make sense. Like, it's on the tax roll for 178. The other one's on the tax roll for 70. You know what I mean? We're buying it for 135. Anyways, you just have to know the kind of property you're buying. You know as well as I do, you cannot build a pipe fence alone. Like when you got a place that's got pipe fence pins, can't build that. You can build it. It's expensive. It's if a wood fence is, I don't know, you're probably looking at $35 a foot. to build that.
So what do you think it costs to build a 40 by 140 barn, concrete floors, and an apartment in the first 40 foot of it?
Well, the price per square foot would be off, but we've got all of our bids together to build our shop, and it's going to come in 3,000 square foot, only 1,500 square foot, a finish out with the upstairs. So I mean, it'll have close to 3,000 square foot of finish, but we're getting it done, and it's 3,000 square. So whatever dimension that is, but we're sitting at around 160, 170,000.
So this is an argument. We're talking about the pipe fence. Like people, like when my parents were getting their place priced out with one of the real estate agents we know, the agent was like, well, that barn's only worth 30,000 because that's all somebody's gonna be willing to pay for it. And they're like, nobody wants that barn. They don't have to have that barn. They can build a $30,000 shed. So that's one of the big arguments. My parents are like, but this barn costs this much to build, and they're like, yeah, but it doesn't bring that much value. And that's what a lot of people don't understand about stuff in the country a lot of times is they don't understand that pipe fence costs a lot of money. They don't understand that cable fence that you put in for all your horses. That people have no idea how much cable costs to put in.
Yes,
stuff like that.
This is true. True. When it comes to the buyers, right, they're going to look at it from a what else can I get for the same price, right?
Yep.
So I can go buy another house with a barn already built, yada yada yada, in this comparable cost. I've long said, been saying this forever, last 2 years, that all real estate is completely undervalued because the build cost, like anytime you can buy a $10,000 house that you can't build, you couldn't build that same house for 60 or 70. You know what I mean? In its current condition, like you cannot recreate that for less than 60 or 70 in a shitty condition, not finished out, needing all of these things. People don't get that. Like they do not get that it's gonna, like, you cannot replace this infrastructure for the same price. But you know, it goes back to who's buying. People that want something that's turnkey, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the other people who are selling, they might not value it in the same way because maybe they've owned it longer. You know what I mean? Maybe their perceived value they've already got out of it because, yeah, I don't really know. I just know this. If you buy 26 acres of raw land right now, raw, first thing you're going to have to do is clear it off. Okay, this land's cleared, so you don't have to clear it off. The next thing you're going to have to do is get electricity to it. That's about a $8,000-9,000 commitment for as many poles as it took to run across that pasture. You got to get water to it. Water, and I don't know where the water comes in on this place. We'll figure it out. But a water meter to it is fine. But you're sitting a half a mile off the road. So you're going to have to trench that and lay a water line. Okay. The big advantage in land like this, at least with infrastructure in place, and then a septic system is going to cost you anywhere from $7,500 to $10,000, depending on what type of septic system. Horse barn, no telling what you'd pay to have a horse barn built. In the current condition, it would be 30 or 40 grand, probably, maybe a little bit more. Pipe fence doesn't really add to the cost. It's just something that's a little bit more bushy than a regular fence. It's got a circle, it's got a breaking pin, tack barn with an apartment on the end. So you got all of this stuff, right, that you would talk about. But in the big scheme of things, you can't comp it to 3,500 an acre land because that's not what it is. And it's got cross fences. It's, you know, got a pasture over here that you can keep horses in. You know, you can have a hay meadow. You know. I mean, you kind of get it.
I get all of that. Like, and it's really hard to because this goes back to a butt for every seat, right? That place is somebody's dream place. There is somebody out there that's like, dude, it's 20 acres. We can run 6 head of horses on it with colts. Whatever. I don't know the conversion for horses. All I know is horses tear shit up. They just tear shit up. That's right. They're not like cows. But I know I could walk out there right now and look at the grass on that place and be like, all right, we got 3 years of fertilizing before you really load this up with cows or whatever. That's what I know.
Right.
Just like you do, right? Like, you know that because you've hayed enough to know that this is shit weeds. or this is grass, like grass that we can feed our horses.
Right.
But the rest of that is the idea of that place. It's small enough to be manageable. Somebody's got, like you said, they got their breaking pin, they got their circle, whatever you call those things, to run their horses in. Go out there, put them on the long rope.
Giant hill. It's all sitting on top of a giant hill.
Yeah, I mean there is somebody that if you can sell that story to the right person, they will see past all of the stuff that needs to be done.
Well, on the stuff that needs to be done. So that's it. Like, that's the part that is kind of funny, because whenever I look at it and I think about the stuff that needs to be done, once we get it shredded and get the potholes filled in on the road, because it's got a long road coming in, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a completely different property. Like, it turns that property, because once it's shredded, you know, you let 3 years worth of weeds grow on anything without cutting them.
Oh, yeah.
That's all you see, because they die, the stalks stay up, the next round comes up. When you shred that one time, now the ryegrass gets a chance. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's a shame it's the wrong time of year, man. If it's spring, I'd call the local VFD and get them to come out and burn it off.
Well, we're just going to shred it. Once you knock that top layer off, for me, it's the wrong time of year, because everything won't be green.
Man, there ain't enough rain coming in.
Well, no rain, but the ryegrass won't start. You know what I mean? Like if you wanted it to be like green and plush, it's not going to start till November, December, and it won't look good until like.
So my granddad, him and his buddy James Crocker started the volunteer fire department over by my parents' house. My granddad, he bought a fire truck and donated it to him. This old ass like 50 Chevy. It only do like 35 miles an hour. I've been on a lot of calls in that truck. I can't tell you how many hundreds and hundreds of days that I got picked up after school that my granddad and all those dudes were out burning people's fields in the spring. Like, just year after year. That's what we did. I'd be sitting there doing my homework in the passenger seat of a fire truck while there's 5 or 6 guys that are off work that day out there burning somebody's fields to give it a chance to get started.
We've done control burns. We couldn't do one now, obviously, but you know what I mean? It wouldn't take long before you could do it. We're going to have it shredded, because we're going to have 3 tractors working on it. Small tractors. Nick's is pretty big, but we're going to have 3 tractors working on it.
Well, if he can get it out there. I mean, we still got to work out we got to work out the trailer thing today. So
well, it don't matter. We'll have 2 tractors working on it. We got the man hours. You know what I mean? We got Brandon, we got Nick, we got DJ, we got DJ's girlfriend, we got me.
You got Brandon's trailer? That's a badass trailer.
Yeah. We got Brandon's trailer, so we can probably send Honey Bun up there for it. You know, tonight, this evening, whenever we leave.
Oh, 2 beers.
Or we could have Honey Bun bring it to tonight's Cool Kids meetup, and then Nick could take it back with him.
Well, I'll come over a little bit this afternoon. I gotta be back for dinner tonight, but
yeah, I just want to show people, because, like I said, it goes back to that gut instinct. Like right now, when you try to explain it to somebody, they only see the land. You know what I mean? They see the land as holding all the value, and I'm like, it does hold a lot of the value, but until you see the layout of the land, you can't really comp it. Like, this place has a pipe fence entrance that comes off the road, that's all the way down. You know what I mean? Like, just that one little stretch of road right there. I mean, a cowboy loves to put his last name and brand above that, setting back off the road. You can't see the house, you can't see your neighbors. You know what I mean? Like, pee off your porch, but you're sitting slap dab in the middle of Corsicana. So.
Well, it's funny. Like, we go look at these properties all the time. So Nick just went and looked at one. There was a house with a barn door behind it and some barns. And then I was like, what was the address on that? And it's one I looked at like a year ago. This guy's still trying to sell a fairy tale to a lot of people. Austin's looked at it between us, and we've all made offers on this place. But I think me and Nick actually know what that's worth, because we live in these neighborhoods. We know, like, all right, this is where we got to make our money. This is the attraction. But a lot of people they can't see. I don't know. It's really hard to build. It's not hard to build that value once you can get people to see it, but it's really hard to comp those values.
Yes.
For people that don't live that lifestyle.
Yeah. Another buyer comes in and they can't make heads or tails of it. You know what I mean? They see the house in town and they think it has more value because it's on a commercial street busy street, and it can be a commercial building. And I've seen that. I've seen that value. Like I've bought a house that I thought was going to be something that is something right now, but wasn't something the day we bought it. We thought we were buying, a property that was going to be worth $100,000 in a matter of months. As stuff progressed next to it, we ended up selling it. But one of my bigger regrets in this business, Spoon went away. He must be picking a nose. So, anyways,
I had to blow my nose. I didn't want to do it live.
When this happened, we bought it. We ended up selling it because we didn't know we could refinance it. We should have refinanced it, but shoulda, woulda, coulda. The other thing we could have done with that house, since it was commercial and in Waco, is we could have Airbnb'd it, but we didn't know we could Airbnb it. So we didn't even have to tear down the house. We could have remodeled it, used it as an Airbnb right there by the silos, and lived our best life. You know what I mean? But we didn't. So, anyways, it is what it is. Like
Well, you look at this stuff like I do though. Like so we got a call about dome. Like you used to see these geodomes everywhere. They're all over. What's that?
There's one in Groesbeck.
Yeah, they're all over the place. We got a call about a dome this week. And the first thing I said is what school district is in, because I know the Townsend Inn has 3 different school districts, a rural area. And I told my wife the first thing, I said, well, if that thing's the right price, we're going to buy it from GBT. Because it was so cheap. If they came with acreage, I was just going to move everybody in it while we could build a barn dough for ourselves, right? If it was in the right school district. Like the price is too stupid cheap. But those, it's so funny. Like most people would just look at that nightmare of a dome, and they're kind of cool in a dorky way. Like I love A-frames because they're so, it's such a thing. Yeah. But people couldn't see past that. Like I was like, look, I'm just looking at the price in this school district. If it's in this school district, that's all that really matters.
So what ended up happening? Did he sell it to somebody else?
No. The appointment's this week, so we'll find out. I don't think it's the right school district, but that's what I look at, just like you. And those, it's that underlying factor is what is this really worth? That being the major draw to that would be what school district's it in. Just like you're looking at these horse pens, you're looking at the pipe fencing, you're looking at the awesome entrance coming off the road. Like, if you planted that with crepe myrtles all the way down, and you go buy you some, whatever they are, firecracker or watermelon crepe myrtles planted all the way down it, or some big Natchez crepe myrtles, or some big live oaks, some stuff like that. That's going to be an entrance that you'll want to drive in for the next 30 years.
Yes.
But people from the city don't understand that that's what people out here are looking for.
Well, and the properties that are next to you, you're going to be able to pick them up. You're going to be able to buy them. They're going to come. You're going to be able to buy them all back. Because anyways, I mean, it's just a very interesting place. Now, once we get it on the market, we'll know. And if like we underwrite it the same way. Hey, buy it. On this particular one, we could subdivide it into tracts of land. Don't really want to. It's you're gonna have to build a better entrance and all that kind of stuff. But if you couldn't get it sold as is, you could subdivide it into tracts of land. If you couldn't get it sold as is conventional, you could probably owner finance it all together pretty easily. You just have to get a bank note on it, get some private capital to hold the underlying lien so you could wrap it. And I mean, honestly, it would probably, it wouldn't make money as a rental, but if that other house in town sells for the 40 to 60 that Courtney thinks, then the numbers would make a lot more sense as a rental. And then you would have somebody else buying you 26 acres of land. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Because, you could actually out there, you could probably put in a couple of small mobile homes and have really good cash flow, because you would have, 2 people renting it. They got to take care of the land. They can hunt the land. You know what I mean? You treat it like it's your own. You can have some cattle, some horses, some show animals if your kids are in ag. It'd be a premium.
Man, that round pen would be great for somebody that showed cheap, man. You put some jumps out there and just run them.
Yeah, so there's a lot of value, a lot of underlying exit strategies that when people are like, well, this doesn't really make sense. I'm like, dude, as soon as I heard it, I was like, where's it at? And because if it would have been outside of town, like way outside of town and in certain directions, You know, it could have been a funky piece of property. Could have been like swampy. Could have been covered in, you know, like sometimes you can get these acreages like this. The acreage that we bought here in Groesbeck is this way. The guy used it for like his personal landfill. You know what I mean? Like, you get a property like that, it takes a bunch of money and man hours to get it cleaned up. We're digging our pond out right now, and we find metal and tin in it. You know what I mean? It's just dump trash in his pond. It's like such a weird thing to do.
Well, well, up until 15 or 20 years ago, not everybody had regular service, man. I used to burn trash as a kid at my grandparents' farm all the time. They had a dump. That's what it was.
Yeah, I understand that, but dumping it into a pond, just like, and he had a septic haul off company, and anyways.
I don't know what Ed's saying here. That's kind of funny. But hey, Dusty, I get it. I think they're cool and they're not worth much at all, especially if they're old. I can't imagine what it costs to put a roof on a dome. All I'm saying, because all them cuts, like how much waste is on a geodome? All I was saying is I'm looking at land value and how many hipsters are moving into this area. If you can you can hit a lick on a really good piece of property because nobody can buy that crazy ass home. Sometimes you got to make a move. You make the move that's smart.
Well, hey, I think here's what I think about it. I think if you can buy a geodome to live in, you're definitely going to get it at a better price. It's like a mobile home. You know what I mean? Yeah. The reason why you it's because nobody wants to buy them.
Right. Well, that's what I told her. This thing was like 2,300 square foot. I'm like, that's a crazy price. I was like, but there's one side of this town that's definitely not where you want to live because you're going to have to drive your kids 30, 40 minutes to school. And that's just a pain in the ass. I grew up living that life and driving 30 minutes to high school every day. What is a lick? It's just like hitting Jermaine's one. Hitting the lick is like making a big score. Like, you know, you made some money.
Yeah. What spoon? You lick the spoon?
No, he's saying because I said hit a lick earlier.
No, hitting a lick is making money. And when I hear hit a lick, sometimes I think it's like nefarious, like take advantage of somebody.
Oh yeah, you think so? That's not what I want.
I mean, it's not. I don't think like I know what you mean, and I know what I mean, but like it's kind of a serious connotation.
Look, I blacked out that window back there today with my John Deere blanket. That was the only thing I had to keep me warm in North Dakota, and I've saved it forever.
Well, so we buying that. Have we got any feedback for our Fort Worth $65,000 ship box?
No, but I mean, it went live yesterday morning, so or whatever time it was. I don't want to argue about times, but whenever it went live, we'll you know, I'm assuming feedback's gonna come quick, dude. That there is nothing for sale in that area.
Well,
we looked at.
You hadn't talked to Creamer yet.
Not this morning.
Or yeah. So, anyways, we'll find out about that one. We're closing on our Axtell deal.
Hey, don't you have to be in court like 10 minutes ago?
I do got to be there in 20 minutes, so I got to go.
All right, we'll see y'all later.
Later.
Bye.